Italy player ratings versus France. Now, it obviously on the scoreboard didn't seem like a very good game for Italy yesterday, but the game was a lot closer than a lot of people might think. If you didn't watch that game, you'd think, oh, well, France easily got the better of Italy. But there was a long period in that game where there was 0 points scored and it looked like an arm wrestle, and Italy just lost that arm wrestle. Before we get into it, guys, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And if you do disagree or agree with some of the ratings, let me know in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. I always love the conversations with all the fans from the Six Nations team. So let's get right into it. At number one, Danilo Fischetti. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. He was good in the scrum. He was very good in the scrum battle, and he's been one of the standout players for Italy in the recent games. But he just couldn't get the really big impact he made in the weeks prior, but he still was one of the better forwards on the day. And the one thing that really impresses me about him is his footwork and attacking ability as a prop. I mean, it's very impressive. This guy beats defenders for fun, and he almost always gets over the advantage line. So 7 out of 10 for Danilo Fischetti. Number 2, Giacomo Nicotera. I've gone for a 4.5 out of 10. Unfortunately, it just wasn't his day. I do really like him as a player, but he seemed out of it. I mean, missing 4 line-out throws, one of them eventually leading to a France try. I think it was a Ramos try, the Thomas Ramos try. Yeah, it was that one. We said in the preview that Italy cannot afford a poor set piece, and he did exactly that, and Italy did pay the price. Number 3, Simone Ferrari. I've gone for a 5 out of 10. He didn't get the better of his opposition number, and he was nowhere near as dominant or as good as he's been over the past 2 weeks. Of course, he's a great player, and I'm pretty confident he will bounce back from this, especially in the next game against England, where the scrum battle is going to be absolutely key. And his work rate still does impress me around the park, but I can't really give him a high score after he kind of disappointed me in the scrum battle. I was really expecting a lot more from Ferrari, but I mean, going forward, I'm pretty sure he will get that dominance back, and he's going to have a really tough day against the likes of an Ellis Genge. That's going to be an awesome battle. Italy versus England, I think, is the next game in 2 weeks, and Genge versus Ferrari is going to be one to watch for sure. Number 4, Nicolo Canone. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. He had a very high work rate for Italy, and he cleaned up some very poor line-out throws with some incredible athletic ability. Him and his brother are absolute workhorses, and they really get stuck in for Italy. He made 7 carries and 8 tackles for Italy, which is quite impressive compared to some of the other forwards on the day. So 7 out of 10 for him. Number 5, Andrea Zambonin. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Not his best day compared to the previous 2 weeks, but he wasn't bad. He just wasn't near as good as he has been. This just shows how good France really were on the day. I mean, they took away some of Italy's key strengths, which has been their ruck, their line out, and their scrum. I mean, Italy couldn't get any dominance at ruck time, any quick ball. They couldn't get any dominance at scrum time. Near the end of the game, they did a bit, but at line out time, France were absolute pests to Italy, and this just shows how good France actually were, because the likes of an Andrea Zambonin, a Giacomo Nicotera, and a Nicolo Canone are very good players when it comes to all of those facets of the game. So a 6 out of 10 for Andrea Zambonin. He ended off with 6 tackles and 2 carries, but his impact at the rucks can't really be justified in stats, so that's why I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Number 6, Michel Lamora. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He led the team very well, and I mean, there was a time where the camera even went to the team behind the poles, and you could clearly see how he was trying to lead a comeback with the team. He was clearly talking to his guys and leading from the front. After this was the period of the game where Italy almost forced their way back into it. And I mean, if the scoreboard went to 19-15, then it could have been a completely different ending to the game. He wasn't able to really be a threat at the breakdown, as the French forwards were aggressive, accurate, and just too fast for Italy at the breakdown. They made it absolutely difficult for any sorts of disruptions to happen at the breakdown, and they made sure Antoine Dupont got the quickest ball possible. Number 7, Manuel Ziliani. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. He always puts in a big effort. He made a very crucial interception in the first half, but he just couldn't get his usual front foot dominance, which is a testament to how physical France were on the day. Zuliani ended up with 7 carries and 9 tackles for a 6.5 out of 10. He was still good on the day, but he would have liked to be a bit more impactful and a bit more dominant, especially being physical the way he is in the other games before. Number 8, Lorenzo Canone. I've gone for an 8 out of 10. The Canone brothers will always give 100% for the Italian jersey. I mean, they always play with so much pride, and it's very noticeable every time they step onto the field. He made 2 steals, 4 dominant tackles, 17 completed tackles, and 10 carries. I mean, he was definitely the standout forward for Italy on the day, and he's been a really standout forward for Italy over the recent months. He has such a high work rate, and he's one of the most underrated number 8s in the world right now. Number 9, Alessandro Fusco. I've gone for a 5 out of 10. Unfortunately for Alessandro Fusco, it just was not his day. It was not his best day at all. He lacked crisp service. It was slow getting the ball out at the breakdown, even if the ball was available to be played. He got held up by Antoine Dupont and on a separate occasion got smashed by him as well. The real nail in the coffin was when he kicked the ball out on the full during a very intense kicking battle, which Italy was starting to win, but then he kicked the ball out on the full, and that's where France got the little edge they needed to take the game away from Italy. I mean, that was just the one moment that just defined it as his day. I mean, normally he's such a good kicker, and he did have good kicks, but that one moment and then those other moments with Dupont and his lack of crisp service, just you can't really give him a score higher than 5 because he is a better player than that. Number 10, Paolo Garbisi. I've gone for a 5.5 out of 10. He tackled his heart out. He played his heart out, but it honestly just wasn't enough. I mean, he missed a conversion, which he normally makes look quite easy in all honesty, and he didn't use his boots in a smart way compared to what he does in previous weeks. In the past 2 weeks, he's actually been very composed with the boots and his decisions, but as soon as Italy got on the back foot, it's almost like he just went back to his old habits of kind of making low percentage plays and riskier plays, which I mean, if you think about that forward pass he gave to the inside, he could have easily just given that ball earlier and it would have not been forward and Italy would have been over the advantage line. But it's just small mistakes like that he's got to fix, because right now he's still a young player, yes, but he's actually entering his prime now and he's got to fix those mistakes going forward, especially if he wants to be the number 10 for the foreseeable future, which I'm sure he will be, and he's been good the other 2 weeks before this. And I mean, France just took away all of Italy's strengths in the game. Still had some good moments that nearly got Italy a breakthrough on multiple occasions, but it just wasn't meant to be for Garbisi on the day. Number 11, Monty Ioane. I've gone for a 4.5 out of 10. This was the worst game I've seen from him in a while. I mean, he missed 4 tackles. He got caught outright beaten in the aerial battle, and he was not able to make any impact as much as he can usually. I mean, normally he's making these exciting carries. He's working off his wing. He just seemed completely out of it. But I do think that France did well to keep him out the game, and I think he was definitely one of the players that France were targeting to try to keep out of the game, because once he gets going, he can make a big impact. Number 12, Leonardo Marin. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. He's been really impressing me in the Six Nations. He's physical, he does the basics well, he gets go-forward ball, and he has a very good skill set. His work rate was what stood out to me yesterday, and he got 8 carries and 9 tackles, so a 7 out of 10 for Leonardo Marin. I think the centres for Italy were at least a shining light and quite a poor backline performance. Number 13, Tommaso Menoncello. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. In a game where Italy got out-muscled around the park, Menoncello was the one Italian player that actually never took a backward step. He was dominant in the collisions and unfortunately was the most marked player by France. You could just tell they did not let Menoncello get an inch of space. And the times where he did, he looked dangerous, but he couldn't impact the game he would have liked to. I mean, normally he's the guy making lots of line breaks, and he did make a half break, and I think he did make a line break. But I mean, France were absolutely marking him all day. Every time he got the ball, he was getting smashed. But he still did win most of his collisions, which was very impressive, especially for such a young player like him. He plays like he's been playing international rugby for like 10 years now, but it's only been like 3 years, which is very impressive. Number 14, Louis Liner. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He plays with heart, but the skill level just was lacking at times. I mean, he gave away a silly yellow card, but he was a pest in the aerial battle, and I think he won 5 out of the 7 aerial collisions, so that's why I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He was okay. He didn't really get any impact on the game, especially on attack where we'd have liked to see him maybe get more space, more opportunities, but he didn't get any opportunities, but his work rate was impressive, so a 6 out of 10 for Louis Liner. Number 15, Ange Capuozzo. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. He was so close to being the hero for Italy. It just did not happen for him. I mean, he was trying his best. I think he made the most carries. I think he made like 15 or 17 carries for Italy, which is a lot for a fullback. But every single time he got the ball, he got smashed. And I said it after the game yesterday. He's one of those players that if it was any other team, he would have been fine, because any other team doesn't know his mannerisms. They don't know how he plays. They don't know what he does before doing a step or what he's thinking. But because he plays club rugby with about half of the guys that play for the France team, they were easily able to really mark him. I mean, they really got the better of him. And I mean, guys like Anthony Gelange smashed him all over the park. But I think against England, Ange Capuozzo will make a lot more of an impact. But he still had a good game in my opinion. He wasn't able to break the line as much as he could and be a game changer as much as we used to from him. So a 6.5 out of 10 for Ange Capuozzo. Now moving on to the bench. Number 16, Pablo Dimchef. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He made a good impact. This honestly does show that the depth of the Italian forward pack is very strong currently. I mean, he didn't even play the last few weeks before this, but he's actually showed a lot of strength coming off the bench. He was one of those players that actually impressed me. And when that whole forward pack came on, the front row, the bench front row, they actually really showed up, and they actually got a little bit of dominance over the French forward pack in the second half of the game. So it's a big testament testament to the depth right now in Italian rugby. So 6 out of 10 for him, because he didn't get that much time and he didn't make that much impact around the park. But at scrum time and at line-out time, he was a bit better than Nicotera. Number 17, Mirko Spagnolo. I've gone for a 6.5 out of 10. He also made an impact when he came on. He is such a good scrummager. I mean, I really enjoy watching these Italian guys scrum now because they are so dominant. And I do like his position on the bench because, I mean, he is replacing a guy like Fischetti, who's a really good player to kind of grind out the first 60 to 65 minutes. And then Spagnolo can just come on and absolutely annihilate the scrum. I will say, when the likes of Dimshev, Spagnolo and Zalocci came on, the scrum actually looked a lot better for Italy. So that is a positive going forward, knowing you can end the game with a very solid, powerful scrum. So 6.5 for him. Number 18, Gios Zalocci. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't, but I know it's Zalocci, his surname. Giving him a 6 out of 10. He was better than Ferrari at scrum time, so a positive sign for Italy going forward. But, I mean, overall, just didn't get that much impact. But at the time when they came onto the field, it was still close, but it was more in favour of France. So it was going to be very difficult for the bench to make a big impact. Number 19, Federico Ruza. I've gone for a 5 out of 10. He honestly was not imposing himself physically like a Canone or a Zambonin, and he was a bit of a passenger when he came on the whole game. He really needs to step it up and actually make an impact when he comes on instead of being a bit of a passenger. I don't know if other people realize this, but he's good at line-out time, and sometimes he can have a really good game, but other times he's very quiet. So this is something I'd like to see change from him going forward. Moving on to number 20, Riccardo Favretto. I've gone for a 5 out of 10. He finished the game with 2 missed tackles. Maybe he just needs more game time to get up to speed with international rugby, because he is a good player, but he was also like Federico Ruza, just a bit of a passenger when he came on. Number 21, David Odiasi. I can't give him a score because he only played 8 minutes, but he has a high work rate. He was still getting stuck in as soon as he came on, and he's one guy I think Italy can kind of trust to come on with 25 to 30 minutes left. He's one of those guys that can do that and probably could even start down the line. So I'm looking forward to see more from David Odiasi. Number 22, Alessandro Garbisi. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He played with a lot more tempo and speed, and he added some positive value for Italy when he came on. I really do like him as a player, and I do like his position as a bench player for Italy. I think that's perfect for him right now. He adds a lot, and he's very good around the fringes, especially when getting attacking ball. So a 6 out of 10 for him, because he didn't add as much as he would have liked, but I mean, the whole forward pack didn't really get as much dominance as he would have liked as well. Now, last but not least, Paolo Adogwu. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He came on with intent. He had some big carries. He tried his best. He did get smashed a bit at the end of the game, but I mean, it's kind of a testament to France that a guy like him can run full speed into you and you can absolutely smash him. But he's a guy I'd like to see in the number 23 more going forward, and maybe even get a start down the line. I would like to see him get more game time because he can be a game changer, and even last week against Ireland, he looked very good when he came on. But yeah, guys, that is my player ratings for the Italy game. If you do agree with me, let me know in the comments down below. If you disagree with me, let's talk about it. Comment down below as well. And if you do enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.